Are you ready to create real, lasting change in your life? Whether you're looking to make a massive breakthrough in your business, your relationship, your career, your health, or anything else in your personal life, Unleash the Power Within can help you unlock and unleash the forces inside of you and let you create the quality of life you desire and deserve. Learn more about UPW and how you can surpass your own limitations to achieve every goal you've ever wanted by visiting www.tonyrobbins.com/unleashed.
Hey, it's Tony Robbins. Welcome to the podcast. I'm very excited about today because it's 13.8 billion years in the making. We'll explain what that means in a minute. But, you know, most of my life, 41 years of my life, I've been obsessed with trying to find the ways to help people have a greater quality of life, whatever that is for them. Life on their terms, not my idea of what a quality of life is, but theirs. And, you know, people come to me all the time and come to events and they want to transform their business, or they want to transform their body, or they want to rebuild or deepen a relationship or create one, or they just want to feel joy or happiness. We're all pursuing all these things, but really it's just this experience of life at its highest level that we're all searching for. And over the last few decades, you know, early in my life, I figured I didn't have much control of my external world. There was so much suffering that I figured I got to master that. And so I worked hard and for decades learning from the smartest people I could. How could I achieve, succeed, break through, master myself, push myself? And all those tools you could call maybe the science of achievement. It's like, how do you take what you envision and make it real? How do you go from, you know, having possibility to actually creating that in your life? But as I experienced that over the decades, I also noticed that so many people who are great achievers were just not happy. I mean, I go to India, I usually go about every 12 to 18 months, and I remember when I first went there, I was like, the poverty was overwhelming to me. And it was so confusing to see people so happy, you know, because all around them, they seemed to have such squalor. I'd see someone sitting in the street and there was just so much joy in their eyes if you took the time to feel them and talk with them instead of judging the environment. And then I come home to the United States where there's all this external abundance, and you'd find people, you know, many of you know, I wrote Money Master the Game. You did 50 of the smartest financial people in the world, self-made billionaires. And I wouldn't say the majority of them are really happy. And it has nothing to do with the money. It's that the internal world was not mastered. So if there's two sciences or two master skills, I think, in life that we want, it's like if we took East and West and put them together and we didn't make the other one wrong, we'd say, hey, it's mastering the science of achievement, but also the art of fulfillment. And of the two, for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been traveling the country, really trying to get people to feel and experience the beauty that comes when what's inside is great, regardless of what's outside. The outside world will never make you happy long term. What you get will never make you happy. Who you become, what you experience, what you give, that's what makes us really happy. So this session is around that deeper part, but it's very pragmatic. And in fact, in this session, my wife Sage is going to join us. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, everyone.
I'm so grateful to have you. And we're going to do this together because this is our mutual passion, and also because the man we're about to introduce you to is just so dear to us personally. He's an extraordinary soul. He's a man that is deeply spiritual, but also, I think for you achievers out there, he's built a $1 billion business at one point here, and he did all that through guidance, not so much trying to force it. And I'm going to come to him in just a moment, but he wrote an incredible book. And maybe, honey, talk about when we discovered this book together. We're at a bookstore and we both saw this book and we both grabbed it after being in India for a period of time. But tell them what our experience has been.
We were so spoken to, and honestly,
The Untethered Soul, by the way.
The Untethered Soul, yes.
By Michael Nicky Singer. Nicky to his friends and
Singer,
students.
And it just so so deeply touched our lives. It actually ended up being our Christmas gift for all of our beloveds about 3 years ago, Mickey. And there's a chapter that we'll share with you, but it was just so incredibly poignant for me personally, chapter 17. And just the beautiful inward journey just gave a lot of perspective in the how, the what, the why, and brought it together in the most beautiful way. And we had the privilege to meet Mickey a couple of years ago and just love his spirit and his goodness and his isness. And it's just a privilege to be with you today.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to be with you.
It's an honor to be with you, truly.
Mickey, you live in a 600-acre paradise that you've kind of uncovered and discovered and created over the years. It's in the middle of the forest in Gainesville. What the heck made you come out here? Because you rarely do. We're really honored to have you.
Right. Well, I'm honored to be here. Like your spirit, right? I loved when you came out and visited me to see the tremendous energy that you managed to bring forward, and that you devoted yourself to helping others do that, because that's what it's about. Like you said, it's not about the outside. Who cares about the outside? You care about how the outside affects the inside. That's what everybody cares about, is what's going on in here, right? The exact same thing that turns somebody else on, turns somebody else off. And what do we mean by that? What does it do inside? And so I'm very pleased and honored to be with you both and know you both, because despite your tremendous success, you haven't lost your way. You've basically realized, wait a minute, it's not about that. It's about the effect that has in here. Well, my whole thing was, why don't I just work in here? if that's what I'm interested in, if that's what it's about, why don't I learn to open the faucet inside, so that the energy, the beautiful energy you have and that people have, the beautiful energy can be there, not that somebody else has to turn on the faucet. Not that money has to turn on. Nothing wrong with those things, right? But you have the right to turn on the faucet and then have fun doing those things instead of needing those things in order to get the energy flowing.
I've always tried to be a Trojan horse. People come to me for the things they want that are usually external. And then my goal is to get them to what they need, which is that deeper spiritual sense of aliveness and contribution and growth. I want to have you share a bit of your story, but I'd like to start. First of all, there's a course. I wanted to do this because there's a course besides the Untethered Soul, which we recommend you all pick up. And secondly, we'll talk about the Surrender Experiment. There is a course you have now that's online that is extraordinary. It's 8 sessions, 8 hours. You can do it 8 days in a row, 8 weeks in a row, 8 hours in a row, whichever you prefer to do. We're kind of 8 hour in a row kind of people. But it really takes all of your work, all of your teaching, and it shares it. And it's kind of the untethered soul in action, so to speak. And in it, you give a little 30-minute kind of free course up front, like 3 10-minute sessions. And those 3 10-minute sessions, you've got to go see these right away. You talk about that the mind, so many people are so stressed in the world we live in today, that the mind is a dangerous place or it can be a beautiful place. Tell us a little bit about what that means to you and how you kind of discovered it.
No, I discovered it by what I said, realizing, having some experiences inside, which we all have, falling in love, having something go your way, and realizing it's not going to stay that way. The world keeps changing, right? And what you're looking for is the experience. And so I was very young, in my early 20s, that I said, isn't there a way to feel that all the time? Not have it conditionally, but feel it all the time. And where I went was very different than others, is instead of trying to seek that beautiful feeling, I tried to see why I don't feel that beautiful feeling.
What's getting in the way?
And I started working with, okay, now I have this beautiful feeling. Something went my way, something worked. Why does it go away? It's in there. Nobody else is in there but me. Why does it go away? And I watched very carefully, like a scientist, and saw that it was the mind. That my mind would just sit there and say, yeah, well, she says she loves me, but other people have told me, that's it. The minute the mind says that, they're not so much